Yes. So this is Euro Daily. So we've got obviously Jesse from Play to the Whistle podcast. How you doing, my brother?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Obviously, the Euros has been really good. The energy's been nice, and I've been enjoying it, man. I don't know what's your thoughts since the last podcast. What did you think of yesterday's fiasco?
No, do you know what? Obviously, Hungary kept up their good form from the France game, man. They
Mm,
played really well. They're unlucky that obviously they couldn't get it over the line.
mm,
The France-Portugal game was brilliant as well, but obviously I know we'll get into both properly. But
mm.
yeah, man, it was a good day of football, man. Spain ran riot as well. Wasn't expecting that,
Trust
but yeah,
me,
man.
man. Trust me. No, you know what? It was good for me. Yesterday, I was just so happy to see Ronaldo just equal the record yesterday as well against France as well. It was just fitting, especially in front of Mbappe as well. Mbappe idolizes Ronaldo, and just to see him sort
Yeah,
of equal the record in front of him must have been tremendous. So, yeah, it was good for me
yeah,
personally.
yeah. It was really good for Ronaldo. I was happy for him as well, man. That to get that record is it's not easy. It's been super consistent. I think that's the most goals in between both tournaments in history now.
Mm,
Most Champions League goals in history.
mm.
He's got record after record, man. And like for his age, it's incredible, man. I think people get too drawn in on the comparisons too much and they don't appreciate what they're seeing. And if you just take in what you're actually seeing from him, it's incredible, man.
Trust me, you know what, my brother, I agree with you. I echo those thoughts, man, because for me, obviously, I'm in a lot of football groups and there's a lot of debates with Ronaldo, Messi. That's going to be
Yeah.
a forever ending debate. But ultimately, if you go into the sort of list of Champions League goal scorers, Ronaldo's at the top. Now we're going to all-time record for men's. Ronaldo's
Hmm.
about to he's about to break the record, man. So for him to
Yeah.
do it in the Euros, tremendous.
Yeah, and it's one of them that no one can really take away from him either because it's including tournament goals. Because when you look at a lot of guys at international level,
Mm,
they might be the top goal scorer for their country, but they don't actually do it in the tournaments. Like there's
mm,
loads of them. You can list them off. Like there's loads of guys in it. So
mm.
for him to actually have that record for his country, but also internationally, and also do it in tournaments, that's when it separates him from a lot like the rest really,
Yeah,
from a
no,
lot
I
of players.
I agree with you. And look, let me just flip it a little bit. I'm just going to flip it a little bit. So in terms of Ronaldo, his character, what is it about Ronaldo, the man, that is connected to you?
Oh well, it's obviously it's being a United fan, isn't it? And obviously it stems from there. So
Mm,
we watched him grow really from the ground up, innit? Really, to be honest. So we've seen him like when he was just an unpolished like diamond, innit? Rough diamond,
mm.
turned into the man and then left. But he's kicked on since he left, and it's just been incredible to watch him, man. In his prime when he was running at guys on the wing, it's incredible stuff, man. But even for the way to, because everyone gets to the 30s and they got to change their game. Like we're seeing it with Gareth Bale now, he's dropping a bit deeper.
Mm,
I think you'll see the same with Messi now. I think
mm,
he will drop deeper and deeper and
mm,
probably end up in midfield.
mm,
Whereas Ronaldo's changed his game and he just basically turned into a poacher, like number 9 now, and
mm.
he just does the business, man.
And it's true, like I agree
And
with
I
you. Like,
sorry to cut
no,
you
go on
quickly.
now, go ahead,
No,
bro.
I respect not just him, but any players that can get to that age, like they get to their 30s and they can like remodel their game, they retrain in a new position and they sit comfortably in that position like it was always their own. You always got to respect that, man.
Yeah, it's true. And funny enough, I think about when you say that, I also think about a player that Ronaldo used to play with, who is at that sort of stage where he's in his coming up to his mid 30s. I'm talking about Lewis Nani, man. Nani's killing it now in the MLS as well, and you can
Yeah,
argue that he could have obviously been in this Portuguese team as well. But look, the team that they've got now is a different level, man. So I completely
yeah,
understand that.
yeah. Like obviously, yeah, he's had a good career as well, but I think the standard of this team, I think is a bit obviously above him now. But yeah, he's doing his thing still in the MLS, man. He's in great condition as well, and
Sure.
he's having fun over there, man.
Trust me, trust me. All right, man. Let's just get into the Euros anyway. So, we've got some important fixtures coming up as well. So, what's your thoughts about England? Obviously, we've got the big one. Is coming home. Is it going to be coming home? What do you think against Germany?
Hopefully, man. To be quite honest, yeah, out of everyone we could have got in that group,
Mm,
I think they would have been the ones I was least worried about because I think Portugal on their day can play the way they did against Hungary and just get results. Because look, against Germany, their defense wasn't up to it, yeah. But usually Pepe, Ruben Diaz would be solid. Rui Patricia is a good goalkeeper, and they got the guys that sit in front, and they will usually protect any kind of lead that the front four will give them. So I was always worried about them. Obviously, worried about France for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
But Germany were the ones that I thought, yeah, we could take them because although look, they got the names, yeah, but that's all it is really. Like they looked good. They looked good against Portugal because they just caught Portugal on a bad day. But the same goal that they conceded against Portugal on the counter attack, where Gundogan's not tracked Bernardo Silva and he's just let the counter attack happen and they've bypassed him and Cruz. That's the exact kind of goal that England can score against them. And look, they don't have the centre backs that they used to have. Hummels ain't in his prime no more. No Boateng. That's why they switched to the back three. It's not solid. So I think we can have them. If we don't change our formation, because I see Gary Neville on Twitter today, he's doing like what his predicted lineups and he wants to do the back three and all that, yeah? If they just play with a back four, the same lineup that just beat Czech Republic, I think they beat Germany, honestly.
Great. So who would
And
you
I'm
play
not
up
even...
Who would you?
I'd have to...
Alright. So like, name your 11. Name your 11. Who would you play from in goal?
Do you know what, yeah? Realistically, the only change I would probably make would be to bring in Calvert-Lewin or Rashford up top. But I don't think Rashford works up top. I think he's better on the left. So the only change I'd probably make is Calvert-Lewin for Kane. But I'd have the rest of the team. I thought Grealish was outstanding.
Yep.
Saka was outstanding. He was clearly easily man of the match. I thought the midfield done well. And I wouldn't change Sterling either. So I would have the same team if I'm being honest with you. Harry Maguire came in and he improved it. He was getting on the ball, passing forwards. He's obviously excellent in the air as usual. So yeah, I'd have the same team, man. What about you?
You know what? I echoed that in a sense, but for me, I'm not even gonna lie. It's the United in me, man. I want to see Rashford on the left. I want to see Kane up top. I want to see Sancho on the right. I want to see Grealish in a more sort of central position. I want to see him probably play with a sort of ball-playing midfielder, such as maybe I'll give it to Phillips in that position and let Rice play a little bit deeper, just to sweep up, man. I want to see England. Yeah, go on.
No, but I think because I always wanted Sterling in the team anyway, from even before a ball was kicked. And I think the fact that he's got our only goals, he has to be in the team.
Yeah, sure.
And I know everyone's for some reason still wants him out of the team, but he's got to play. And he's done it when it's mattered. He's done it in the big moments. So he's for me, he has to play. And then I thought Saka played well, and I thought Grealish played well. And I think Grealish got the assist, so he's got to be in the team. Although I do think Gareth will take him out the team for Mount. That's my opinion. I don't want that to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I think would happen.
You know what? I could see that happening as well. Funny enough, because it's so weird, but it just feels like Southgate is playing Grealish when sort of the pressure's on. Right now, I think we're playing Germany. He got an assist in the last game. He's getting into his rhythm as well. I think you just need to start him, man. I agree with you. If Sterling starts as well, don't change it up, man. Just keep it
sometimes, literally, man. Sometimes just keep it. You keep a winning team the same, innit? You don't change a winning team. That's the old saying. And it's just common sense, man. They're playing well. It's the first time we've seen some sort of cohesion in the front four. it started to click. So why would you change it back to what wasn't working?
Exactly.
But that's what I would do. I'd keep it exactly the same, pretty much. Maybe swap Kane for Calvert-Lewin. But that's it. I don't even mind Kane starting again. But yeah, that's it though. I wouldn't change anything else.
So what do you think, man? What's your predictions about the score? Do you reckon we're going to do the job against Germany?
Yeah, I do, man. And I'm not without no bias. They're the team that I'm not worried about. Like, 2-1. I think they'll score, but I think we get them on the counter a couple times.
Yep.
Easily.
So, you know what? I think so as well. I'm not going to lie. Like you said it best. In terms of our sort of counter-attack football, we're going to smash them. In terms of pace, Sterling. You obviously got Saka. If he's going to.
And then that's when you bring on a Rashford. So as soon as you go a goal up, second half, it's 1-0, it's 2-0. Bring him on, man. And then when they're chasing the game and he's going in behind, it's curtains.
It's done.
Yeah.
You know what? Thinking about it, just having this conversation here, I'm just thinking that we've actually got a good crop of players, man. If you think about it, man, we've got there's pace in this team. And just the other day, I was obviously watching Assumptions, man. So big up, man. Obviously Harry Pinero was doing a sort of interview with Alan Shearer, and he was saying that our England team, in terms of talent and pace, man, it's better than the '96 team, man. If you want to keep it real.
Yeah, I think in all honesty, if everyone in this squad hits their potential, this might be the actual golden generation. Like I know people spoke about like the Gerrard, the Lampard, Scholes, that team as the golden generation, but I think that this team could actually surpass that if it all clicks with the right manager, with the right, especially if we got another, you got Ben Godfrey, Konza, Tomori, people like that coming through defensively. I think this generation can definitely bring home a trophy, man. Whether it's at this World Cup or whether it's at this Euro, or the next World Cup or the next Euros, definitely think they're bringing a trophy home, man.
And then just looking at the route as well, man, potentially it could be Wales, man. You could meet them in the semi-finals if everything sort of goes our way, man.
Be a great semi. Yeah, man. It could be a crazy route, man. Like, and that's what I mean, and that's why I was getting annoyed when people were talking about like we should come second so we'd avoid this group. You don't avoid no one. You're gonna play everyone anyway. So just get it over with, innit? Face Germany now, beat them, move on. That's it, man.
Trust. You know what? I agree with you, man. It's all about mindset. We obviously touched on it at the beginning. Ronaldo, for example, he's a winner. Ronaldo. I was having a conversation with one of my sort of closest mates, man, and we realized that Ronaldo's mindset is very reminiscent to Michael Jordan, Floyd Mayweather, LeBron, win at all costs. Even if you play poor, even if you ain't had the best game, you win. It's all about winning.
But look, listen, I think people get too caught up in these things as well. Like when you get to a tournament like this year, all that matters is 3 points in the group stage. All that matters is getting through to the next round. Like what team, apart from Spain, when they won the Euros, the World Cup, and the 2 Euros, and Brazil at the 2002 World Cup. That's the only time we've seen champagne football. Anyone else who's won tournaments, they've just got there by any means necessary. When Italy won it, they scored a few serious goals, but they just grinded out their wins to win that World Cup. And then it was the same really with Portugal in the Euros, just grind it out. So all this this team didn't play well and we're not playing well. Yeah, but we're winning. And I think that's what that matters, man. If we beat Germany, it doesn't matter how we beat them. If we get that and we're in the quarterfinals, no one is going to be caring about the performance. So sometimes, like you can get an Italy situation with a good manager can install a style of play, and the players click and it looks good. But if you don't get that, you just need to win, innit?
You just need to win the games, exactly, man.
And
even speak about Italy as well, man. How do you fancy their chances, man? I sort of put up a poll the other day about them being the dark horses, man. What's your initial thoughts about them being the dark horses to win the Euros?
Well, I remember when we was talking about it before, I had them getting to the semi-finals even before a ball was kicked. So I did think they was going to do well, but I thought one of the big boys might have them, yeah. But now we're in the tournament and the way that they're playing and their confidence is high, I think they can. I think they can really go all the way. If it clicks for them on the day, I think they can beat anyone still in the tournament, man. But it's just obviously Chiellini was carrying a little injury, so we'll see if he's back. And I think one of the Di Lorenzo was injured as well. I think, or he had a little knock. If everyone's fit for them, yeah, man, they can get far. Easily far, man.
They could remember the 30 games unbeaten, man. They conceded the goal.
Yeah, it's not a joke. It's not a joke. Yeah, and this is the momentum. Exactly. It's momentum and this confidence that the players have, and it's the same players that done that run, pretty much. So, like, and even the ones that come off the bench, like Chiesa, Benedeschi, Belotti, they was a part of that run too. So they've all been a part of this journey for the team. So nothing we're seeing here is new, man. Like, obviously, Gianni was on there and he was talking. Is it Gianni?
Giovanni.
Giovanni was on here the last time and he was talking about it. And I watched a couple of their games in the group stage and they're bopping it, man, playing the same football that they're playing now. So,
and it's funny that they've got a system. So it's got they've got a system, and regardless of what players are playing, the system's still the same. So it just shows you, coaching there,
excellent coaching, and look, let's the other thing we have to be honest with as well. These are some ballers that they've got. It's not like they ain't got no rubbish players in it. Like these are ballers. Like the midfielders, even there's guys that are missing, like Pellegrini from Roma, Zaniolo from Roma is not here. They're both injured. They'll both be there. They're ballers. Do you know what I mean? So even for the next World Cup, like they're definitely qualifying. These guys will be fit to add to what they've done here. Verratti as well played the last game against Wales. He was amazing. And the only problem with Verratti is he just can't stay fit. But a fit Verratti is one of the best midfielders in the world. So they've got especially in midfield, they've got it. And Jorginho, obviously, and Barella, they've got the ballers. So it's just the number 9, but he's scoring at the moment, so he's doing well. And the centre backs, obviously, by the next World Cup, they'll need to sort that situation out or reevaluate who's going to be in there. But it looks bright for them. Donnarumma's young; he's only 21. Like they could dominate the next decade.
All right. So if I was to sort of ask you, all right, if you was to pick 4. You know what? Who's your favourites to win? 3.
If I was being honest, obviously biased, I want England to win it.
Okay. But we all do, man. We want it coming home.
Yeah, man. But if I was being real honest, I thought the final would have been France-Portugal. That's what I thought the final was going to be. Even though they was in the same group, I thought they was going to get out of it and beat everyone and
somehow find themselves in the final.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because the Ronaldo factor, not just Ronaldo as well. It's like he's got that mentality by any means necessary. But look, Bernardo Silva's a baller. Jota. The midfields, Renato Sanchez was amazing against France. Ruben Diaz at the back. Pepe's a leader.
You called it as well in the last pod. You said Renato Sanchez needs to start, and he did. And
bossed it, man. Yeah, man, it's quality. So that's what I thought the final would have been. And I thought France, for the same reason, that I didn't think they was going to play like the best football, but they've just got a team full of winners. And they've got like Pogba can turn it on at any moment. Well, not even turn it on. He's been amazing the whole tournament.
It's been amazing.
And you got Kante in there, Mbappe, Griezmann, there's Benzema, there's winners everywhere. So that's what I thought the final would have been. But now I'd say they're still favourites. And you have to chuck Italy in there. I think they're the 2 favourites still. And I'd say, and outside, obviously, us in it, like if we pick the right team.
No, you know what? You said it best, man. At the end of the day, for me, you look at France's team. France's team is incredible, man. You've got Mbappe, who idolizes Ronaldo, has that sort of same mindset, scoring goals. He's like the golden child right now of France, man. And
he's not scored yet, though.
Not yet. Funny enough.
Yeah, not yet. He ain't scored yet, but that might come.
It's gonna come.
Yeah, that might come for him, man. But that's I still see that they're playing Switzerland. They comfortably will beat Switzerland, I think. Actually, do you know what? from what I've seen so far in this tournament, I shouldn't say comfortably, but I think they will beat Switzerland definitely.
Yeah, this should be. I reckon this should be a professional job, man. Obviously, I
Yeah.
know Switzerland not going to come and just lose.
It'll be a back three.
It'll be,
They're going to be compact, resolute, but I think France will pick them off. Maybe a 1-0, 2-0, something like that.
You reckon?
Nothing mad.
You
Nothing
reckon
crazy.
Shaqiri is going to score Weldy?
Do you know what's crazy?
He's already,
like literally, he's got one of them goals in every tournament. Like you could, like his highlight tournament reel of goals is nuts, isn't it? And that was his weaker foot bending it in top corner.
Trust me. He's class, man. Even though he's a Liverpool player, he's class. I'll give it to him.
Yeah, he's just a guy, man. When he's fit, like, and when he's getting a run of games, he's a good player. But I think that obviously that Liverpool squad is just solid. And he can't really get in that team. And I feel like the injuries have kind of taken away a bit of his speed from his game. So where he could play on the wing before, run at people, he just lost that like couple yards of pace. That's why he's more or less in the 10 now. But he's still a quality player, man.
Yeah, he is definitely. And there's obviously a few outsiders still in the tournament, such as the likes of Denmark. Denmark, man, by the way, man, I give them credit, man, for just still being in the tournament as well. It seems like they're playing for Ericsson, man, so it's beautiful to see.
They've done well to get out of the group, man. I can't lie, I don't think I had them getting out of that group, even with Ericsson and with all the stuff that's happened, for them to even get out of the group and the way that they've battled and the way that they've played together and united, it's been brilliant to watch, man. Obviously, you got to shout out Holland as well.
I was about to ask you that, funny enough, yeah.
Yeah, dark horses. Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, obviously they played well in the last game. They scored a decent amount of goals in that group, but it's a hard one to judge in a group like that because it's not really they didn't get tested at all. And I think a bit similar to what I said about Germany. I don't know if defensively if they will stand up to the real teams in this tournament without Van Dijk. If Van Dijk was there, I'd say comfy, but without him, I think when it comes to them matches, I don't know if they're going to stand up to the test, and I see them falling short. Could be wrong, but I think it just looks good. It looks better than it is at the moment because of the group that they was in. And I think when it comes to a real test, we'll see. I don't know if they will pass the real test in the future.
We don't know. Let's see what happens. Obviously, you've got Depay now. He's still gassed, excited about his move to Barcelona. So the boy had done the big move, man. So I'm happy for him, man. He's obviously gone through a hard time, and he's picked himself up, played well at Lyon, and obviously got the move to Barcelona, man. But just swiftly going into transfer news, what's your sort of initial thoughts about this whole sort of Jadon Sancho situation? A lot of people obviously complain about the wages and the fees, etc. But let me just say, just before you answer the question, for me personally, it's business, man. It's nothing personal. I feel that a player shouldn't be judged based on what happens between transactions. It's between the clubs, of course. I just feel, I just feel that Sancho's just going to come in and just do his thing, man.
Yeah, look, I'm one of these people that when it comes to football, I can split it between football and real life, and we've got to look at it like from the business side of it. It's like when we change jobs, in it, like we're not changing jobs for the same money. Like if we're leaving one job to move to another, it's a pay rise. Like it's just common sense, in it. And when it's a lot of money, but it's not my money. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's not my money, and we've got the money there to spend on wages. So just get it done. Like, and even the way it's dragging out, just pay them the money, man. Just get it done, get it over the line, move on to the next target.
I don't really. What else do you think we need?
Yeah, we need a centre back, man, and a DM. I think we need. There's more than that, but that would be a very good Man United window. Yeah, that'd be a very good window for us. A centre back to play with Maguire, DM, and then we can talk about like really like kicking on from last season, or at least solidifying a top 4 finish. Because if we go into the season with just Sancho, Liverpool won't be as bad next season. Chelsea will be better than they are. We might be potentially just scraping to get in the top 4 next season, if we're being honest. So we need to get a centre back and a DM,
Mm.
so we can obviously concede less goals next season, man. Because scoring them weren't a problem for us.
Yeah, exactly. I 100% agree with you. For me,
But also,
yeah,
sorry to
go
cut
ahead,
you.
go ahead.
I do. I'm happy with the Sancho signing. We also needed someone on the right, or someone
Yeah.
that can play on the right. But I like him as a player because I don't know. Some Man United fans are expecting him to be like this 1v1. He's going to run and beat the man and like cross it. He's not that kind of player. He gets it to feet. He plays 1-2s. He can link up with people. He can attack space on the counter. But he's a baller. Like, he wants to be on the ball. He's comfortable on the ball, and he will add to our play, especially when we're defending. When teams are defending deep against us, I think him playing on the edge with Bruno and Pogba and linking up Rashford and Greenwood, we can unlock teams a lot quicker than what we was doing last season. So that's where I think he's going to help us massively.
No, that's true, man. That's true. And then in terms of a centre back as well, what sort of centre back do you think United need?
Boy, do you know what? Yeah, in all honesty, I know we've been linked to Varane, yeah, and I'd love Varane, but it kind of feels like a goose chase. If I'm being honest, like I feel like I'm getting Sergio Ramos vibes again when we went in for him and he just used us to get a contract, and I kind of feel like that's happening with Varane again because I don't really. It don't sound like he's really on it. If I'm being honest, but look, if we can get him, it'll be great. But I like Koundé, the right back that played for France. He's a centre back.
Yeah, he's a centre back. Yeah.
For Sevilla, I wouldn't mind him. There's quite a few that we could get, man. As long as they're quick and they've got a bit of speed to them, and they can complement Maguire, then that's all we need, man. Someone that can do that.
All right. In terms of the DM, then who you going for? If you had like three choices, who you going for DM?
I want Ndidi, man.
I
think he's quality, man. Like, he's got everything you want in the DM as well. Like, obviously, he can intercept, he can win the ball back, he's good in the air, but he can play as well. He can take off to centre backs. He can kind of drive with the ball as well. I think he's the all-round package in midfield, man. And I think he will complement Pogba really well.
That's what I'm saying. That's a perfect player. Even to add to that as well, like someone that's quite similar but plays in Serie A, Kessie. Would be
Kessie's quality,
would be perfect at DM as well. We just need Bissouma. You know, Arsenal fans won't like us saying this, man, but Bissouma,
he's quality, man.
Yeah, he's quality, man. He would be a good signing for this as well, for sure, man. But you know what? I'm excited for the Euros. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gassed. Boy, I just don't know who's gonna win it, man. I don't know. I want England to win it. I want them to do it. I want them to do it. Like, honestly, in my heart. I would love England to do it, and I hope they do. And look, I think it's coming home, man. It's coming home. If you beat Germany,
man, you got to keep the faith. Got to keep the faith, man. And I think that's the other thing as well. I think we've all got to stop, like, not me. I'm not doing it anymore, but like having every time we see the starting lineup, everyone's having a meltdown. Like, oh my God, why is Sterling starting? Why is Saka starting? Why is this? And then they play well, and then you just look like an idiot. So even if we don't agree with it, we just gotta kind of just fuck it, man. Get behind it and see what happens, man.
See what happens, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like, do you get me? Like, just see what happens. But I think if he keeps the same team, we beat Germany comfy, and then we can beat Wales in the quarter. Is it quarterfinals that would get Wales?
Yeah, no.
Or would it be Spain?
It'll be semi-finals, man.
Okay, cool.
You could get them in the semi-finals.
But yeah. Yeah, I think same team that played against Czech Republic would beat Germany, honestly. Because I think a lot of people are getting caught up in Germany going forward and they're not really seeing the car crash at the back. So I think we can have them, honestly.
No, I agree with that. I echo that, man, definitely.
As long as we're not scared, man, and we play the same team and we don't change formation and we try to stop them from playing, we just play.
We just got to go for it. We just got to go
the same
for
team,
it, man.
Same team, and beats them 100%.
I just want to see Grealish on as well. Like, for me, Grealish is like, I call him the modern day Gaza, man. For me, the way he just glides with the ball, the way he dribbles, he's comfortable. I think he could do magic, man. So for me, go play him.
Yeah, great. He's someone I've always wanted to start lineup because don't get me wrong. I understand why Mount was in the team, and I like Mason Mount as well.
Same.
And I think there's a time for Grealish and there's a time not to play him. Like, so even in that game, I think Southgate took him off in the right time because even I was starting to notice that he started walking around off the ball and he's not pressing and he got a bit tired. So there's always a time to just bring him off, bring on another midfielder. But yeah, he's gold dust, man. Like the way he drives with the ball, beats people. He's so comfortable. You know what's mad, isn't it? I don't even mean this in a bad way, yeah. But the way he plays, he don't even seem like he's English. Do you know what I'm saying? Like he's so comfy on the ball, and he drives the way he turns and pivots on the ball, and like
gliding with
it. Glides with it, comfy with it, man. And that's why he's got to play, man. He makes such a difference.
He's a game changer. He's a game changer for me, man. That's why. If you're gonna play anyone, you can play. You can play on the left. You can put him in the middle. Like you could just build a team around him, man. So
yeah, but we're blessed as well. This is the thing why I say the next 10 years is going to be good for us because, like, you got him, you got Saka, Foden, Sterling, Rashford. Like, there's a lot of guys. Sancho as
well. Like
we've got a lot in that Saka, like, in that area. Bellingham as well. Like we've got loads, man. It's always going to be a headache for whoever the England manager is.
Yep.
It's always going to be a headache like that. It's a good headache, though. It's a good headache.
It's a good headache, man.
It's a good headache, man.
Imagine as well, man, just before we finish up, imagine Trent's not even playing as well. Can you imagine Gillespie?
And you know what the funny thing was, yeah? And that's another thing what's made me laugh about this, about especially watching England, yeah? There was such a debate about him. Like, should he go, shouldn't he go, yeah? And people are willing to leave him at home, yeah? Now we can actually see, obviously because he's injured, yeah? But now we can see they've all played right back, haven't they?
Yep.
James has played there, did nothing.
Yep.
Carl Walker's played there, done nothing. So going forward, Trent in this team would have been amazing.
Amazing. Trust me.
Comfortably, yeah.
Trust me. And also as well, like, just for him to be in the squad, like, Wan-Bissaka, why not put Wan-Bissaka in the squad as well? Just
I said this.
Thing, man. That's a whole different subject for another day, man. But it's crazy, man.
Do you know what's funny? Yeah, the way I looked at this right back situation was everyone could look at it different ways. Some people wanted guys that can do a bit of both, like James and Walker. I personally wanted Trent and Aaron Wan-Bissaka because Trent is the best going forward, like elite going forward, and Wan-Bissaka is the best defensively. So you got two for two different situations. If it's a Germany or a France, and you got especially a France Mbappe on the left, you got to sit back. That's I want Wan-Bissaka there. But then if we need a goal now, or it's a game that we got more freedom, start Trent, and that's because they're the best at both areas. Whereas Walker's got the experience, and I think everyone sees Reece James as he's kind of good at both, but. That's who I would have taken as a team if it was me.
I agree with you, definitely. For me, Wan-Bissaka, you just got to look at his numbers in the Prem, man. He shows that in terms of one-on-one defending, he's the best. He's number one.
Interceptions, But I think he's been number one for like the last 3 seasons as well. Even his last season at Palace, he had the most interceptions in Europe. And I think he was like in the top 3 in his first season at United, and I think it was the similar last season as well.
Yeah, it's just crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. But you know what, man? Jesse, once again, it was an absolute pleasure having you on the pod.
No worries, man.
Big up your podcast as well. Play to the whistle. Always got to play to the whistle. It's a 90-minute game. Even if it's added minutes, you put that in as well, man. But guys, hope you enjoyed the show. And God bless, man. Be tremendous.
Yeah, man. Peace, man.
Love.
Love, man.